There's a month left in the 2025 legislative session in Montgomery. I had a chance to sit down with a powerful North Alabama lawmaker who is in the middle of all the action, from crafting a state budget to rewriting the law to protect police officers to deciding on what tax cuts to keep and what to eliminate.
There's always legislative needs, and that's why you see the budgets being tweaked.
Rex Reynolds plays a key role in overseeing the state's budget, serving as the House chair of the Ways and Means General Fund Committee. Over the last couple of months, Reynolds, along with other state lawmakers, have been debating bills including gambling, grocery tax, and Medicaid expansion.
My year starts long before the session, but you're meeting with associations that are typically in the general fund budget, but then you're meeting with the department heads, understanding their budget needs. I work very closely with the executive budget office of the governor's office.
One bill he sponsored has generated plenty of debate. Reynolds, who is a former Huntsville police chief, introduced the Back the Blue bill, which provides more protection for police officers by granting them a hearing if they're indicted for any wrongdoing and in deadly police shooting cases. It gives the officer time to argue they acted in self-defense much earlier in the process than under current law.
There's been liability protections for law enforcement for over 50 years, but that bill needed to be upgraded based on a couple of Supreme Court rulings. So we did all that in that piece of legislation, and I think that it just, and I told the members this, it better clarifies when an officer does have coverage and when he does not.
Reynolds has found balancing the budget comes with both challenges and cuts. Some lawmakers voiced concerns when they noticed the elimination of funding for line items that included the Magic City Classic and the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, along with the Jazz Hall of Fame.
And what do you have to say to people who feel like it was like a race issue with those items being taken out of the budget with the Classic?
Yeah.
Tell us how you were able to work.
Sure, it was unfortunate it was taken that way. We're having to be a little tighter in the general fund. And so those items were just left out, you know, and hate that it was considered to be a racial thing, because there were many more. I think one line item right below that is a black women's mental health line item that was funded.
Reynolds says Senate Budget Chairman Greg Albritton has assured him that those items will be restored to the budget. Meanwhile, something that won't be restored is the overtime pay tax break that expires in June. This exemption applies to full-time hourly wage employees who work more than 40 hours in a week. But Reynolds says the state can't afford to continue it.
Well, that was a great bill when we passed it the first time. In fact, I co-sponsored that bill with Minority Leader Anthony Daniels. But this time, with the package that we've just done, with over $1.2 billion in tax cuts just this session, we can't do that.
Alabama became the first state to exempt overtime pay from state income tax. So far, more than 800 bills have been introduced in this session, which is set to wrap up on May 13th. The House has already approved the $3.7 billion general fund budget. It now heads to the Senate.